heart on my wrist. She ate, she ate, she ate away. 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 Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. She ate, she ate, she ate away. 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 I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back.
We are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. And we are underway in Buffalo. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
Throwing, Prescott. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Next the score, Chargers 7, Bills 0.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on.
Oh, right on the heels of the pick 6, another ball intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Boy, Charles, a lot of action right out of the gate. The two teams barely off the buses. We've already had the touchdown and now the interception.
Yeah, whatever happened to the feeling out process? You know, kind of throw a few jabs out there, kind of circle the ring a little bit. Both of them throwing haymakers right out of the gate. And the second one was an interception that may cost them.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball.
And Prescott, his third interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. A handoff, running left, Henry. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Play action, now it's Daniels. Sliding out of the pocket. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll run for it with Henry. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. His throw incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Here is 3rd and 5.
Hey, kill. 47. 26.
Here's Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Yeah, here we go. What's it?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, kill. 26.
Prescott down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Back to it after the pick 6. Prescott. And that's off the mark, incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Yeah! Here we go! 26.
To throw is Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Prescott to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When you talk about the defense for these Chargers,
they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Yeah, here we go. Take.
Prescott yet again. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
Here we go, set.
Running left, it's Henry. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Now a 3rd and 6.
They go play action. Daniels. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
We're going to 53.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. 21-0 our score after one.
Chargers 21, Bills nothing.
Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now Prescott. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Bills 1st down.
Yeah, here we go. I take
27-yard line.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 47. 26.
Prescott. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. There's a short one pulled in by Simmett. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10.
Here we go. 26.
Now Prescott. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field and took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
46. Here we go, 46. 26.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Motion man is Schwartz. Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll run. It's Henry. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. Like that. Everybody kill.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker.
And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Off the play fake, Daniels.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
First down, Chargers.
In motion goes the tight end.
Now Daniels.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
To throw is Daniels.
They'll roll him out right.
Completes this to Elijah Higgins.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Daniels looking to throw. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Yeah! What do you think?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one is incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Christian Harris in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. How to approach this? 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
They'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Yeah! Here we go! Here we go, going to 53.
Here's Prescott. And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
That's good for a Bills.
And again, it's Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him.
Touchdown! Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Bills get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Until that late score here in the 2nd quarter, they only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as a head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
And he is out of bounds here on the return.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
Here we go. 47. Hey, kill. 47. Hey, kill.
Throwing, Prescott. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
We're going to 54. 1-8.
Here's Prescott. And now here's another interception.
And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it.
And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think? What do you think?
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Kill.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
What do you think?
Prescott now.
Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fant.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's take it.
Prescott to throw it.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Kill. 47.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
To throw is Prescott. And that is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Where are you in?
Now Prescott on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. A first down carry for Henry. And down inside the 15 he goes.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Again, it's Henry. Pushing his way through. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Derrick Henry, his 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Chargers are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Hey, kill. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 47.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Now Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll take this one down to the 36. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. That is caught. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 36 yards.
And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Anthony Schwartz going to bring it out. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A give to Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
86 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Play action, now it's Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
First down, Los Angeles.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Derrick Henry, 41 yards.
And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the two-point try. That's caught at the 2. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Yeah, here we go. I take. Here we go, 46. 46.
Prescott. And a quick throw here. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
This is the tight end Fant.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Noah Fant
With his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Here's Schwartz bringing it out of the end zone.
Breaks through the contact.
Recovered by the receiving team.
The Charger drive about to get going.
If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. Open man here, Schwartz, complete.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And the Chargers first down.
They go play action. Daniels.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 154 yards rushing so far as his terrific season continues here.
Shoves him aside.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
The solid stiff arm. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Derrick Henry, 44 yards.
And the Chargers are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
They'll try and run it in with Henry, and he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other.
And my goodness, another interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Charger TD.
Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick-6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, But every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Going to 53.
Now Prescott. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
We're going to 54. Why?
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's second and inches at the Chargers' 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott from the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Henry. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Here we go, set. 79 Broncos.
Off the play fake, Daniels.
Rolling to his right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the two-point try. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Jalen Rager on the return. Bills take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Hey, 47. We're going to 54. Wide in.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Yeah!
Here's Prescott.
And that one too wide and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Los Angeles,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
She ate it away. She ate it away.